The rain was relentless, slamming against the windshield as Daniel tightened his grip on the steering wheel. His wipers fought against the sheets of water, but the road ahead remained a blur of shadow and storm. He wasn't just lost in the storm, he was lost inside himself. The GPS on his dashboard flickered, the glowing blue arrow spinning uselessly, searching for a direction that didn't exist. Desperate for shelter, he turned onto a narrow road, the sign barely visible through the downpour. Rusted, broken, its letters peeling with age. Hollow Street. The houses along this road stood like silent guardians, tall, narrow, with roofs that pierced the sky like jagged teeth. Their windows were empty, hollow, watching. Daniel muttered to himself, a shaky attempt at humor. Just a motel. Any place dry. That's all I need. And then he saw it. A flickering neon sign glowing red against the storm. Vacancy. Relief washed over him. He pulled in, tires splashing through puddles, and stared at the building, an old boarding house, brickwork worn by time. Inside, the air was thick with mildew. A sweetness lingered too, the kind that came not from flowers, but from something rotting, forgotten. Behind the front desk sat an old woman. Her hair was pinned back tightly, her face pale, her eyes glassy but fixed on him in a way that made his stomach twist. "Room?" she rasped. Daniel forced a smile. "Yes, just for the night." She slid a brass key across the counter. Her hand trembled, the skin paper-thin, veins raised like roots. "Room 6. Last one. At the end of the hall." The hallway stretched. Longer than he expected, its carpet faded to a sickly green, walls lined with peeling wallpaper that seemed to breathe in the flickering light. The doors he passed were closed, yet as he walked, he swore he heard faint movements behind them. Whispers, a shuffle of feet, or maybe it was just the building's age. Room 6 resisted him. The lock ground harshly before clicking open. Inside was nothing but stillness. A narrow bed, a dresser, and a cracked mirror hanging slightly crooked. The ceiling light buzzed faintly, too dim to chase away the shadows. Daniel sighed, peeling off his soaked jacket, collapsing onto the bed. For a moment, exhaustion numbed his nerves, until he heard it, creak, slow, heavy, somewhere in the hallway. He sat up, heart ticking faster. Another step, closer, until it stopped, right outside his door. A knock followed, not urgent, not soft, just deliberate. Daniel swallowed. "Yeah," his voice cracked. Silence. Then again, the knock. Slower this time. He approached cautiously, pressing his eye to the peephole. Nothing. The hallway was empty. He backed away, forcing a laugh. "Tired, man. You're just tired." He switched off the light, crawled under the covers, closed his eyes, but sleep never came. At 2:47 a.m., Daniel woke with a start, because he wasn't alone. There was breathing in the room, rasping, shallow, close, too close. His hand darted to the lamp. The bulb flickered alive. The room was empty, except for the mirror. It no longer reflected him. Instead, it showed the bed, behind him, and someone standing over it. A figure. Tall, dark, face blurred. Daniel whipped around. Nothing. He looked back. The figure was closer now, its head tilted unnaturally. The air grew cold, breath fogging as the light flickered violently. Before going out completely, darkness swallowed everything, and then the whisper, right against his ear. "You shouldn't have opened the last room." Daniel bolted. He fumbled with the lock, yanked the door open, only to find the hallway had changed. It stretched impossibly long, lined with endless doors, each one slightly ajar. From within them, pale light spilled out, and from behind each door came the sound of breathing. He ran, feet pounding the soft carpet. The doors trembled, shaking violently, as if something inside was clawing to get out. Shadows stretched across the walls, reaching for his legs, stretching toward his throat. The lobby appeared at last. The old woman was still at the desk, her head tilted far to one side, as though her neck had snapped. "Leaving already?" she rasped. Daniel stumbled forward, panic ripping through his voice. "There's someone in that room!" Her lips curled into the faintest smile. "Yes, there always is." A sound tore through the building, every door creaking open at once. Pale figures shuffled into the hallway, dozens of them, faces blurred, eyes hollow, bodies jerking unnaturally as they turned toward him. Daniel sprinted into the storm, lungs burning, never daring to look back. Not until Hollow Street was gone, swallowed by the night. He collapsed into his car, rain pounding on the roof. Relief washed over him. He was safe, or so he thought, because on the passenger seat lay the cracked mirror from room 6, and in its reflection. He wasn't alone. The blurred figure sat quietly in the back seat. This time its smile was sharp, wide, and waiting.